The Hare and the Tortoise. Years ago, the animals were friendly each other. They never quarreled or killed each other. All were in sympathy. All the animals met each other and enquired of their welfare. Among them, some were very large and some were as small as a thumb. But without caring the differences in size or beauty, they all lived peacefully. But gradually, this condition was changed considerably. Some began to think of their own skills and became arrogant or haughty. The hare was one among them. It was very proud of its strong legs and was in the thought that no animal could defeat it in a race. It had already been proved many a time when their competitions were made. One day, the hare was in a friendly conversation with his friends. While they were entertaining, inflicting jokes over each other, the tortoise came that way. Seeing the creeping tortoise, the hare made a fun of him, calling it a prowler. It was not at all tasty to the tortoise. It neared the hare and said it was not a prowler, as it was faster than the hare. All the animals who heard this talk were burst into laughter, and they mocked at the tortoise. It could not tolerate its friends' mockery. The tortoise challenged the hare to defeat it in a race. At last, all the animals were startled on this remark. They thought that the tortoise was not serious, but the tortoise said obstinately that it was right. Thus a day was appointed in which the race was to be made. The appointed day arrived. The length of the race was 1 kilometer. On each end, there were put up 2 posts, and there waited some animals to mark the place. To the call of the hornbill, the race began. The hare leaped forward and sallied like an arrow. It was sure that it would win. Actually, the tortoise meant only to waste the hares one day. On the go, the hare turned around to see the tortoise. No sign of it could be seen anywhere around. The hare smiled and wanted to take some rest on the way. It lay down under the tree and dozed off. At last the tortoise reached the place where the hare had been sleeping. Without making any noise, it moved forward. The hare woke up and found that it was very late. It looked at the direction of the starting point to see the tortoise, but the tortoise was not seen. Very confidently, the hare again continued its race. At last, it reached the finishing point. To its surprise, the tortoise was standing among the other animals, covered with congratulations and claps. It felt ashamed of its indiscriminate deed and walked away, stooping its head down.